Lady Damselette. Wait. And we've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna walk...
You really think that?
We're not looking for any trouble.
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted few out of consideration for our former ties and the crisis we're all up against?
Let them in.
But...
Are you going to make me repeat that?
No.
Sandrone seems to be in a good mood.
So tell me, to what actually, before you answer that? Just so we're clear, we're not colleagues.
I promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time. Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
What? Huh? You mean the
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nodcry are me and...
Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him. Is that a no, then?
As if I need reminding. I was this close to...
Have you held any tea parties lately?
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent, insensitive...
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Just like you used to do.
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to... First, Rosaline, now you? I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly, what could be more ridiculous than a multi-centenarian goddess?
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time.
Well, duh. Why else? What? Oh, yeah. And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around, too. But I guess we won't be... Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Polonia! Have Fevronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea.
Pass along a message for me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain...
Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you.
But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions. It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries...
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. I get why you left. And frankly, I have no interest in drag... But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths... that might be your plan. But it... Huh? Listen.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde of monsters is headed straight for the
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this. Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself? You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. You... Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Polonia from crushing him last time, but I've made sure that won't happen again. Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as friendlies in a weapon system. Don't tell me what to do! Look, if you're leaving, make it quick. Or you'll just get in my way. Stare all you want, Columbina.
I know. But
This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. Come on then, Mr. Right here. Let's pick up where we left off. It's your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creation.
Tenemos que dispararle a estos güeyes. Vale. Oh, lo que más fuerte. Vale. Uno más. Uy.
That's it. Keep them pinned down. Don't let them get near.
Mira, aquí abajo hay más. Vale. ¿Uno más? ¿O todavía? ¿O ya? Uno más. Oh, son los grandotes. Me murió. Vamos a darle a este. A este. Oh, ahí viene este güey. Oh, viene muy rápido. Ya me van a matar. Me van a matar. Ya no puedo disparar. Oh.
Polonia! Get it!
I've upgraded Polonia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every last scrap of your data. So let's finish this, once and for all.
She's not here. Where did she
Hey! Over here, you big...
curse it? Moon. Go. Keep searching. She cannot have...
So this is your method for investigating Rarir's past?
Good deduction. But it's quite a different
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was a... Oh, I guess this must be Sumero decor? That's where Boss is from. And that nice shopkeeper who sold...
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned, but
whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've never faced Rarir myself. But from what you've told me, I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should never...
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets.
Once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if and also how to make sure I come out of this alive. Death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer, however fortunate or unfortunate.
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death.
For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe like Rarir, is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary. I've already made up my mind. Time to cash in a precious favor I've been saving for a rain.
Fine.
That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure
Come on, boss. You're pulling my leg again. In what way is she... Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Hey, aren't...
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See, look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could...
Dori Sangama Bay? I never would have pictured you two doing...
If you want to make it big and not cry, it's all about connections. Lady Nefer just so happens to have a... It was back when I first arrived in Not Cry. My trusty assistant, the genie in my link, and wouldn't you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself in a life-or-death situation. I've been giving her a 30% discount off all of my goods ever since. Now, so that, no, plus any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord Sangama Bay. So, let me guess. You've run into some trouble.
You guessed correctly.
The one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? A jetpack fresh from... At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent you're dealing with here. If even you're worried...
What if I told you it's someone with the power to bring a nation to...
Is that so? Then we really are talking to...
Your supplier?
A powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't reveal her identity, but luckily, if you're willing to wait, I can ask her when she's here. Can't say exactly.
Then, let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered...
Of course not. I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No.
Let's just say I'm borrowing it, all right? Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one. Oh,
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And
for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 mora. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
That will be all. Take care now.
See you later! You're my...
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me where... So remember, don't be frightened. Now then, let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past. I made it. I don't recognize this style of architecture. Simple furnishings, table and chairs. Looks like the fearsome Raker of Solnari came from... Unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Unlikely. Anyway.
Vale. Examina la nota de la mesa. Vamos a examinar la nota de la mesa.
Hi, Reverie. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone said... P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a...
They didn't sign their name, but they must have been close.
El diario de Rerir.
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection, but I went alone. Felindis was tied up with something and couldn't make it. Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about other things. If he invites me again, chances are...
Felindis. That's the same...
Crane imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushroom. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I heard it's even mildly corrosive. I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy. That just isn't the...
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be that would explain why they use so much stone? They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people...
I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy it.
Making a big purchase. He really is a professional. No wonder he's... Despite what he's become, it seems like he's retained certain... Did Rary rip it out himself?
Before I met you, I was convinced that my heart was not the burial place of a fallen moon. A withered, windless grove where the water... It was you who helped me see that my heart hadn't entirely...
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. The burial place of a fall...
Observa los recuerdos de Rerir. Ahora vamos a observar los recuerdos.
Rerir! Dane! Oh, and, Vedelson here?
Hello there, Rerir. You need not address me so formally outside of court. He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a drink. Even the court prophet deserves... Well, so, what are we just...
Hey, don't look at me.
Come on, don't give us that. Didn't you say...
Who'd have thought the...
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to set.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
So, are you planning to come clean about your job then? I'm guessing you.
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to...
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be a member of the King's Guard. Quite the cover story.
Of course he does. Anyway, enough about me.
Me? Same old, same old. Nothing much to... Huh? What's up, Fed?
It's nothing.
Vedifulnir, Dainslift's elder brother. Renowned throughout the court of Conria as the Vision. And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say. Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother? Or why did he react so strongly?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. So this is what Rerir looked like back in the perfectly normal. No different from anyone else. As frightening as this monster is in the present.
Vamos a observar recuerdos.
Felindis? You're back early?
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. Aw, why the long face? Is some...
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good thing?
Vedifulnir showed up today, too. You know, Dainslift's soldier.
Ah, Mr. Vedifulnir. Yes, I've heard of him.
He overheard Dainslift mention that I'd recently proposed, and seemed to have an issue with it.
So, you're worried? We're nobodies. Why would the Visionary be... I'm sure someone in his position has much bigger... You worry too much, Rerir. We've been together for ages now, and everything's...
So, you do remember?
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this. We may be nobody...
All right. Take your time. Nobodies. Sounds about right. Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects everything. These days, the king is lost. The opposition tried to speak out, but nothing came of it. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are few good excuses to use it. Yet the king... What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Felindis. It's nothing. You were right. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together. Cherish.
See? You just need to stay positive. I can feel your warmth, your breath. Just seeing you makes me happy in a way I can't explain. And that's something that no one could...
You're right, Thelen.
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which...
You go ahead. I just have a few things to take care of, then I'll come...
Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine, I'll go get started. But don't be late.
Free lab. Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna leave my
Well, that goes without saying. I already told... Besides, they're two completely different things. Let's take...
All right. White outfit.
It seems like Rerir was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services. He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancé to know about his other life. Then again, who'd have thought we were in the same... Let's dig a little deeper.
Más recuerdos. Sal de la habitación. Vamos a salir entonces de la habitación. Por aquí se sale, sí.
Our last operation was a resounding success.
And all thanks to you, Ray here of Solnari. In total, we have...
After all these years since the dynasty's fall, so many of them...
Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the eclipse, and that His Majesty Conria has no further need for a dead moon. But alas, there will all...
That's not entirely true. Much about the Crimson Moon era was worthy of remembrance. Many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day. As it happens, that's...
You still haven't told her what you really do.
Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the king's hand-picked executioners?
You didn't choose this life, any more than I did.
But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for it. Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous in the way we identify direct descendants of the... Someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans. Most likely my marriage in...
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for that very reason. These are not... Take care, Ray here of Solnari.
Thanks, Thorkel. Thelindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to, but that's exactly why I can't tell you everything. The moonlit dynasties are a thing of the past. Yet even now, with the sun shining high in the sky, there are those... Could that be why Vedalfnir held back? Or was it because... I have to get a clear answer from him. No matter...
Rerir seems to be very concerned by Vedalfnir and Dainsleif, the Visionary and Twilight Sword. So that... I've investigated this whole area now. There doesn't... Should I try somewhere else? Wait...
So, he's late after all. Just you...
Are you waiting for someone, ma'am? Could I tempt you into buying some flowers?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. But I'm afraid none of them are as pretty.
For someone so young,
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eyes.
You're...
May we have a word in private?
Who are you? And what do you want?
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately, so I decided to take the risk of reaching out. Not long ago, the Ray here of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds. We suffered many casualties.
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me this. And...
Wait, hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look. His name is Rerir, and he claims to be one of the King's guards.
What did...
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a...
Why are you telling...
Simple.
How strange. Rerir was nowhere to be seen in that... Rerir couldn't possibly know what happened if he wasn't even there. Why would her memories appear in his fragment? The ceremony won't last much longer. I think it...
So that was your doing? Did you just pull us inside Rerir's fragment?
Any more questions, and I'll have to start...
I had no idea you could do that, boss! I gotta admit, though, I'm itching to see what happens next.
I'm just as curious as you are. But the ceremony only allows... Luckily, we managed to learn quite a lot.
So far, so good. I just hope the others are... especially the group with the Traveler. Their mission...
If you're worried about them, go see...
If I know boss, she's gonna need some time to write up all the details and...
Operación especial.